Sports. It's in the game.
Welcome to EA Sports PGA Tour Golf. Before we head out to the course, let's create your golfer. Welcome to EA Sports PGA Tour, the exclusive home of major championship golf. You'll be able to compete in the world's top amateur championships, including the Augusta National Women's Amateur and the US Amateur, before you graduate to the PGA Tour and take part in the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Powered by official PGA Tour ShotLink and TrackMan data, Pure Strike allows for unique golf swings with a fluid feel. Pure Strike combines golfer-specific tendencies with unique course dynamics and ball behavior for the premier golf gameplay experience. Select your gameplay preferences here. That's it. Now take a minute to look around or select Quick Play to get out to the course.
From scenic Lighthouse Point here on the rugged coast of Maine, this is EA Sports' continuing coverage of the world of golf. With Frank Nobilo by my side, I'm Rich Lerner. Frank, as weekend golfers know, there's always part of your game that you're focused on. So I'll ask the question, what are you going to be looking at here today?
Tee to green, Rich. I know people always say putting's important. I'm not going to say it's overrated, but tee to green, if you want to play good golf day in, day out, fairways greens, that's the secret.
And he can pick the tee up quickly on that one. That is right down the middle to get the round started. Ready for his third shot, needs to hit this close. From about 8 feet. give that the full 10 seconds. But nope, I think that's staying out. What a shame. So, problems here early on. It's a double bogey 6 to get the round underway. Now at the second here at Lighthouse Point, Frank, this is some tough par 3.
If you want to try and really break the hole down and be a purist here, Rich, you'd like to hit a little cut into this green, something that moves away from the water and the cliff back towards that bunker. That would be the perfect shot to hit. But such a difficult par 3. Anything on the green would be good here.
Still work to do to get this on the green. This is second.
Now, this is a shocking start. After the mess at the first, looks even worse here at the second.
I think that checked up a little sooner than he was hoping for.
You're right, and that's going to leave him with much more than he wanted for bogey.
Well, you got to get it there. Just didn't do it. So that's in for a second straight double bogey. Maybe time to clear the cobwebs a bit. 4 over through 2 holes of play. Frank, I like the mix of holes as we start out here at Lighthouse Point. Tough par 4, then a par 3. And now a scoring opportunity with a par 5 at the third.
Scoring opportunity with a good drive. Very thin fairway here, Rich. This hole is built for accuracy, and players off the tee, they're going to have to try and hit this fairway. Long fairway bunker runs almost the entire length of this hole, and it could act actually as a little helper, stop you going down by the cliff, because anything left, obviously, on that cliff line will go all the way down to the ocean. It's so hard to bounce back after a huge score, especially when you're still reeling from it. But try and pull the screws back in the head there. Just take a little breath, maybe 2. Decent swing. Don't try and kill it. Exactly like that. Really good shot.
That is absolutely fine. A dead-on look here for birdie. There's the positive putt he needed. It's a birdie here at the third, and it gets him back to +3 for the round. Frank, as we stand here at the fourth and look out, no mistaking where we're at. I know I'm having some lobster for dinner tonight.
Or some clam chowder. The best comes from this area. Well, actually for the ocean though, anything that strays a little left off this tee will find that ocean. And believe me, there's been more than one ball hit down there. Generous fairway, that's really the goal, in the tiniest of green. If you find the green, you're going to have a birdie putt. Very short one indeed.
This one turning left a bit off the tee. And that is going to come to rest squarely in the center of the fairway. Down on the course, let's check in with Nota Begay III.
Looking at 153 to the hole, pin sitting on the right.
And just when I thought the momentum was going in the right direction after that birdie, please don't give it back straight away.
Oh, now that would have been a sensational par. Instead, boy, that is less than a foot away from going down. Rough day so far, 4 over par on the round. Now at the 5th hole, it's a par 4. Frank, what are we in store for?
Well, it's very easy to get lulled into a false sense of security here, Rich. No fairway bunkers, just sort of think you would blaze away. But really, you've got to find the fairway here. Very small green and well protected by that bunker short and right of this green. So if you miss the fairway, this hole becomes very difficult indeed quite quickly.
And that, a good-looking shot there, well placed in the fairway. Well, had a good lie in the fairway, but couldn't do anything with it. That comes up woefully short.
Well, it's tough to shake off that bogey at the previous hole, especially when you get a shot like that.
A little too much juice on that one, and now a little bit more work coming back.
Potential to make a mess here.
All right, in for bogey, but another drop shot. Now +5 on the round. Now at the 6th hole, it's a par 3, just under 200 yards. Where's the challenge here, Frank?
Well, you've got to love that bunker on the left side, Rich, especially because it's shaped like a letter L. Got to fly that. Green's not too deep, so really the challenge is trying to flight that ball in amongst the breeze should it kick up.
All right, you take those all day long. On the green, chance for birdie coming up. Now Noda, this for birdie.
And this doesn't look too complicated at all. I don't think he needs to give away the hole. This is pretty straight on.
The line. Perfect there. And that's in for a birdie. 7th hole at Lighthouse Point is only 370 yards, Frank. Are you happy if you walk out of here with anything other than birdie?
If you hit the fairway, you definitely should be looking at birdie, but the biggest problem here is to decide, Rich, what club to hit off the tee. You could hit a multitude of clubs here. Further up you go, the narrower this fairway gets. Well, it's in the first cut. We know you can't spin the ball as much from the first cut. Still lying okay.
So now from that first cut, his second to the par 4. Well, he'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
Yeah, swing didn't quite look right on that one.
"18 feet from the bottom of the cup." Nope, didn't get that out there far enough, and it winds up sliding by to the right. Just poor execution, and now 5 over par after another bogey. Now another par 3, we're at the 8th. Frank, it's only 165 yards.
It is, but when you look at the green, you can see how narrow it is. Actually, the green is nearly a figure 8, so it's obviously the right number hole. Bunker's sort of short leftish and that little pocket area on the right, so it'll punish anything left or right, even though the hole's just that meager yardage.
Now from the bunker.
Just a little splash out on this par 3.
That one kind of took off on him. That'll happen sometimes coming out of the bunker, and that scoots right on by. Not quite on line, and that'll drift a couple feet by. Okay, so he's in there with a bogey for a disappointment here at the 8th. We move to the 9th hole and we begin to go inland, Frank. I'll miss some of the views along the ocean. I won't miss the nerves with the potential of a golf ball sailing off into the Atlantic Ocean. That said, par 5, you think about a scoring opportunity, but then I look at the scorecard and it says this is the number 6 handicap hole. That's pretty tough.
It is, and the reason why is there's trouble both sides of this fairway, and that's normally sand and cliffs, and the designer's really thrown the boat out, excuse the pun. We are on the coastline here. This whole dog legs to the left, and ideally you just sort of like to go fairway, fairway pitch. That's the prudent way to play the hole, but of course everybody likes to chance the driver and reach the par 5 and 2. Miss, pay the price.
Yeah, that's a nice swing, and the result is going to be a tee shot that is set up just fine. Now a second from well over 300 yards. This will be about positioning.
Oh, so close to being good, that second shot. Now, that tricky bunker shot.
Frank, this the 3rd shot from the fairway bunker.
Yeah, good lie. And once again, just making sure you have enough loft to carry the lip in front of you, and really then focus about the target in front.
Gonna have to accelerate through the sand here to give this enough carry. Yeah, look how quick that was. Very difficult to get that to stop, even out of the sand, and that race is right on by. 19 feet away. Good effort, but that'll run 2-3 feet past the hole. Okay, so it's a bogey for him here at the 9th. And trouble was inescapable on this front side as that wraps up a tough opening 9 holes of golf. Frank, you think about the great designers, Pete Dye, Alistair McKenzie, and Christian Brand is certainly in that conversation. They like to play mind games with you, and you're playing with people's heads when you look at that number on the card versus the 10th hole.
Yeah, 10th hole, which is par 4, plays a lot longer than 11, but this is it's a very